Hi everybody, welcome to the Divine Instruments YouTube channel. This is Victor speaking. I've made my first guitar, and honestly it turned out fantastic. Also, please bear with me because this is my first time doing any type of voiceover, like ever. So, it's a little nerve-wracking, but I think we can get through it. So, I started off, I thought that it would be cool to do epoxy on the top and epoxy on the back. And here is just kind of the video of showing that anyway. I used 3 different colors, kind of a dark, a medium, and a light. And the back didn't turn out as well as the front. I think mainly because I didn't do a brush coat on the back. So we did end up with a lot of bubbles, but I did do a brush coat on the top of the guitar, and that side turned out a lot better, but I'll let you watch the video and then I'll come back. One thing I want to point out here is it kind of looks like a face. I didn't really notice until I was finished editing the video. Thought it looked kind of cool. So once I was done sanding, I wanted to start on the neck. I think I may have jumped the gun a little bit on that one. I definitely should have routed out the truss rod area first before cutting out the shape of the neck. It proved to be a little bit of a problem, but just with the jig we managed to figure it out and get a good cut. I also wanted to do Telecaster style, but I kind of wanted to vary from the traditional style of it. So I cut out like a big circle on the left hand side of the guitar and made the one side to a point, and then the headstock kind of like a knife shape. I thought it looked really cool, so I went with it. Now here's me just doing a couple little touch-ups in the truss rod slot so that the nut would fit properly. It is kind of unfortunate. I had some problems with my camera, and I did lose a nice chunk of footage building this guitar, like shaping the neck and gluing the fretboard and things like that. But I got a new camera coming, so that shouldn't be a problem for too much longer. And yeah. Now, before I continue, I would like to say that I did shape the neck by hand. It did take a while. It was about an hour worth of footage, so I was pretty upset when I lost that. As well, I did a tung oil finish on the guitar and the neck, but I did that off camera. It just kind of proved to be a little bit of a hassle when I was doing it, and it was quite messy, and honestly, I just wanted to get it done. So that part's not in the videos either. Yeah, and when I glued the fretboard to the neck, I drilled a small hole into the first fret, and I think like the 19th or 20th fret or something like that, right into the neck so I could hold it in place with a couple toothpicks. And it worked quite well, and everything was lined up, and it was good when I unclamped it. But I think it was like the next shot or the next shot after, you might see a big clamp standing up on the table where I'm working at here, and that would be the neck and the fretboard all glued together. So this is after I unclamped the neck and the fretboard. I'm just cutting off some of the excess for the fretboard there. So here I'm filling the fretboard dots. I kind of wish I would have used a little bit of a lighter color now that I look at the guitar, but overall it actually turned out well. I kind of just used a two-part epoxy with some mica powder, and it definitely looks really cool, but like I said, I wish I would have used a lighter color to make them pop more on the rosewood. So here, I wanted to make our logo on the headstock, and I realized after the fact that I had put the curve in the neck down to the headstock before, and so I used a piece of veneer because it was very flexible, and then I put some tabletop epoxy over it, and I used a little diamond bit tool to carve out our logo template onto the headstock, and honestly it turned out really well, and it sanded down. It looked really nice. As you can see, I just kind of used a dry erase marker to bend it to the curve, and it actually worked pretty well. So here I'm just sanding the epoxy up to a really high grit to get a nice shine on it with the polish that I have, and it worked really well. I just want to say though, there's quite a few things I would do differently next time I make a guitar. Like drilling some of the holes first, and getting some of the little things on camera that I seem to have missed. This whole build was a really good learning experience, and I can't wait to make another one and put it up online for everyone to watch. So now at this point I'm just starting to do all the finishing touches on the guitar and the final drillings through the body. And everything turned out good. I probably should have used the drill press on the body and the string holes through the body, but I guess I just wasn't thinking, and if I was to do it next time, I'd most definitely change up a few things. Like I said previously, this whole build was an extreme learning process, and even though the guitar turned out completely awesome and it plays awesome and sounds awesome, there's definitely a few things I would do differently. So as it turns out, soldering is a little difficult. I had never done it before, but I managed to do a pretty good job, I think, and the sound and everything turned out wonderful. As you can hear throughout the video, the guitars in the background, everything recorded in the video that you're hearing is definitely from the guitar, and it turned out great. But it did take me a while, and it was a lengthy process, and I definitely learned a couple things while I was soldering. So these are the final bits of the video where I'm just putting the strings on and kind of measuring where I have to file into the nut, and yeah, and then it's pretty much done from that point on. This whole video, like I said, trial and error, but I'd absolutely do it again, and I'm going to do it again, and we will make more guitars. And yeah, honestly, it was a fantastic experience. I learned a whole crap load of different things, and I really like doing it. Another thing is I can't wait to make another guitar and put it up online for everyone to see. And the second one will most definitely be better than the first. But I'm really happy with how this guitar turned out. It feels great with the tung oil finish on the neck, as well as the body. The epoxy just shines. It's absolutely gorgeous. And everything went really smooth with the nut and adjusting everything, the bridge, and so yeah. Thanks to everyone who's watching this video right now. Your support means the world to me, and look forward to some of our other videos coming up. Thanks for watching.